What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be watching Tlph versus Onic. So in this game, I'm analyzing it because, well, obviously it's the previous world champion, current world champions actually, and we have the top one regular season right now, which is Tlph, and they're playing really well right now. Oheb is fitting right in, but a more interesting fact about it is when I saw the scoreboard, it was actually Tlph not taking advantage of King Kong's hero pool, whereas Falcons did that, taking advantage of King Kong's hero pool. Same with Aurora, took advantage of Super Prince hero pool, right? In this case, Tlph, they kind of like, all right, let's fight them at their full, not even full power, at like their comfort heroes, right? So they banned the Phobius, Badang, and Fanny right here to avoid King Kong from getting that Fanny. These guys banned Sushin, Mathilda, and Harith. Pretty good ban so far from both teams, but I was really surprised about this on the low E pick. And why? So the low E pick is kind of hard to pick to pull off right now because of the Selena pick, right? And Selena is not banned, nowhere to be seen here in the bans. And oh my god, the picks are going really fast. And these guys pick Suyu and Jawhead for the fast farm, right? But in my opinion, Granger and Joy would have been really good for them. Granger, Joy would have been really solid picks here. And why do you say so? Like, we're talking Kelra here, right? Granger, Kelra, who... One of the reasons why they won the World Championship was Kelra, Granger. Same with Joy, right? They're even, like, thinking about... I think they're making the skin, their championship skin, World Championship skin, off of Joy. And they pick Suyu instead, right? So why am I kind of pressed about it, right? You might be guessing. Well, the thing about this is, Joy would have been better against Lo Yi since he could dive down the backline, right? And plus, Joy has more mobility than Suyu. So if Joy ends up being teleported into by Lo Yi, he could get away a lot easier than Suyu. Whereas Suyu, if Suyu gets teleported into and he doesn't know what's going on, he is pretty much dead. Whereas Joy is kind of harder to catch since he has a lot of mobility. Another reason is, if they take the Joy Granger, there's nobody that could dive the Granger, and Granger's just going to have a free poke on the back line, right? So that's one thing that Onic could have done better, in my opinion, right? Yes, they have a really fast farm at early, but then again, you need to think about like the overall game. You cannot just think about the early game. You need to think about the Lord Dance and the mid game, late game, right? These guys are gonna get poked down. And yes, Irithel is technically a winning matchup against Granger, but Irithel is a scaling hero. He's not as effective, right? Unless he gets like 3 items, 2 or 3 items, he's not that effective. Or unless he snowballs. In this case, like Selena was not banned yet, not even banned at all. In any of these sides, right? They banned CC Hilda, these guys banned Farsa and Cecilian. Selena would have been a great pick here, right? Selena would have been a really great pick here. But they didn't pick it. Alright, so maybe I am kind of seeing a little bit of lack of hero pull from Kirk. A little bit. Because why would I say that, right? Because if you look back into it, just go back. They could pick Selena here and go for like an XP Valentina if they pick Lucas. XP Valentina is insane against Lucas. You get you have an ulti every 7 seconds, whereas Lucas needs he doesn't have ulti unless he fills up his bar, his energy bar or whatever, the red bar on the bottom of his HP bar. But in this case, they went for an Edith instead. And if you think about it, yes, Edith has a lot of crowd control and has a lot of CC. But the problem with Edith is he's not a dive type of hero. And Lo Yi is really bad against dive comps, like Lucas, right? Lucas is one of like, I guess a soft counter to Lo Yi and Granger. Because Lucas could dive you on team fights. But let's skip through this. Let's look at the early game right here. In my opinion, those are some things that Onic could have changed in the draft. Yes, it's still definitely a winnable draft. It's not outdrafted, but it's a harder win condition, I'd say, for this team. I mean, for Onic, I would imagine that they win the early game, considering that they have Suyu Jawhead, right? They have Suyu Jawhead, so they should win in terms of the pacing and the tempo in the early stages of the game. But as soon as you get to mid to late game, it might be a little hard when Granger and Louis are being able to poke the front line before an objective even starts. So let's see what happens here. As you can see, that this is what I expected. Onic is winning the early game because of the Jawhead Suyu, right? And Louis cannot do much about it. And I was kind of surprised that they did not go for Selena, knowing that Selena was one of Super Prince's signature heroes, even at the amateur stage. So I was kind of surprised about that. This one, using Flicker on the Joy with an Irithel follow-up, is kind of not worth it in my opinion. If the Valentina was there with them, I would definitely say it's worth it. But without the Valentina, it's not worth it. Because Irithel level 2, imagine Irithel level 2 with no items at all. I don't think he could follow up anything to kill a Joy who has a lot of mobility. So definitely not worth flickering into, in my opinion. Right? So we see Kirk right here. I know Edith is pretty decent against glue, since Edith could dodge the glue combo with when he pulls out his armor, when he takes off his armor. But other than that, I definitely think, like, yeah, there's other picks that are better in my opinion. Okay, we see Carl being given vision to by JP. This is really good. Brusco missed the second skill. No, he didn't. He got it. 50-50 retry, and Carl wins that 50-50 retry. So, and they back off and not chase. Very well disciplined. They went for the turtle. They won the 50-50 retry. They did not go for a further team fight. Because usually when teams do that, if you notice, right, there was 4 members of Team Liquid trying to chase down the Jawhead Suyu, right? A lot of teams, they would chase and just go straight into the red buff. But you could already see Team Liquid's discipline after getting a free, almost a free objective. I wouldn't say it's free. It's just that Onic did not have a trade for that objective, right? Because it was a turtle for nothing trade. Nobody died. So they're taking those small advantages, and they're kind of, hopefully they build it up. Let's see if they build it up slowly. We see right here, after the first turtle, almost everybody's level 4. Gator is level 4 with Revitalize right here. Brusco's about to get his flicker, so they could make a play. They see JP here. I'm gonna poke. Okay. So far, they're gonna reset. All the teams are gonna reset. The junglers are gonna go back to farming, and then they're gonna wait for the next turtle. But it looks like Loi's just gonna go back into the lane right here on the bot lane, so it's faster for Oheb to double lane. So that's one advantage that Oheb has compared to Kelra, is that Tlph could teleport back and forth so that this Oheb could double lane. Ooh, this is a really good poke from Joy right here. But it's a 3v2. This might not look good for Tlph here. Is he gonna get away? He does. He dies. Okay, so it looks like they get a pick off on Joy. I thought he was gonna get away for a second. But very well set up right there from the Edith, and very well counter gank from Jawhead. Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for a kill there, because I don't think Joy and Glue could kill the Edith. He has too much sustain. Maybe poke would have been good. They could poke down the Edith, but I don't think they could kill it. I think they should have just waited for Granger, Louis, and who was it? Yeah, Granger, Louis, Gatot to bully the Kelra and just get a free plating rather than getting a trade here. If Tlph played a little bit safer, if they just base it off the minimap manipulation, I'd say. So let's see, the next turtle fight is the second turtle. Let's see what they do. We could see Louis and Gatot holding the turtle instead of Joy holding the turtle. You see that? So that's actually a big deal, so that Jawhead and Edith cannot make a play on Joy. But Jawhead was able to crowd control the Joy so that Suyu gets the retry. Very well played from Brusco right there. Ooh, okay. Not gonna be able to. I don't know why Friends had to use his ulti right there. Maybe he wants to switch his ulti and get the Lowy ulti maybe. But anyways, very well played from Onic on the second turtle fight by crowd controlling the Joy so that Suyu can secure it. We see Sanji making a play here with the Lowy. Damn. This is what I mean earlier, right? If Suyu gets teleported into, you kind of have no choice. It's hard to run away. Whereas if you're Joy, you still have a chance of dashing since you're so much faster and you have more mobility. So that's why I kind of wanted to see Onic with the Joy pick. I guess, rather than giving joy. And then we see Oheb here. He's just farming, getting to the late game. He's not really known for being an aggressive laner, right? So we see him just farming, and then getting to late game, and they're just gonna bully Kelra. As soon as he gets his teammates, they're gonna bully Kelra. They're gonna get the plating. They're gonna get towers, and this is what we see here. Kelra's not gonna be able to do anything here, and this is the problem with Irithyll. The problem with Irithyll is he's kind of scaling, right? Kind of scaling compared to Granger at least. And he hasn't been double laning compared to Granger. If you notice, Granger has been double laning with this low E. Let's see right here, nice poke from Carl right there, getting Super Prince to half health. Edith has a really good position, but I don't think even if Edith makes a play there it is. Oh, almost. Damn, Oheb, very good reaction time from Oheb. And this is the problem, but Loyi gets stuck. He doesn't have flicker. I would say Sanji was kind of out of position there, but very good reaction time from Oheb to dodge that Edith, even when he came from behind. And really good zoning from Carl right there to get this first tier tower. Yeah, that's good. Really good. They're going to set up for a third turtle. Let's see what they do. Most likely, they're for Tlph, they need to poke down this Jawhead if they want to win this next team fight. And from what I notice, for the turtle fights, it's mostly JP holding the turtle, look. Because the turtle doesn't do a lot of damage against roamers. And then the Joy just farms. Joy just farms, and then he's the one to last hit and kind of 50-50 retry. He's the one to decide whether they're going to focus hero or burst the turtle. Pretty much, the jungler. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Oh, man, the glue did not... He was not able to ulti. That's where they mess up right there. And they lose the whole team fight. I did not see any poke that happened from Granger and Loyi. That's first. The glue was not able to ulti out of the Edith second skill, which he's supposed to be able to, as long as he has tough boots. I don't know why he couldn't. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of misposition from Sanford. A little bit too aggressive of positioning, I guess, from Sanford. But a very good pickoff from Kirk's side, I guess. Forcing the glue to ulti. Or not being able to ulti in that situation. And then Loyi, since Loyi did not have flicker, he's very, very easy to dive. Imagine a Lucas though, right? Imagine a Lucas against the Loyi. This is with no Loyi. This is with no Lucas, by the way. Loyi being out of position. Imagine a Lucas. Kirk is 4-1-3. I guess it's more on hero comfort as well, right? We know Kirk as being one of the best Ediths. So maybe that's why they're sticking more to their comfort. But I would say, yeah, the Joy Granger should have been on their side. Because that is their comfort as well. Joy, King Kong comfort, Kelra, Granger, right? But anyways, other than the XP pick, definitely Kirk's, yeah, let's skip a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, Kirk's comfort at Edith. And he's showing why he likes this Edith pick. More of the player comfort over countering, yeah. They're focusing more on hero comfort or player comfort over countering the heroes that they're against. Which is, it could be good in some ways, but that just means that he needs to kind of, yeah. Kirk needs to kind of deepen his hero pool, if that's the case. Because Lucas is pretty good right now in the meta. Especially if the draft conditions are met. But let's see here, Carl is still farming. Granger is going to poke right here. Am I going to see him poke? Loyi, he has vision here on the eye bush. They're going to go for a 50-50 retry again. All these battles have been 50-50 retry. And King Kong comes out on top. The only 50-50... Well, the second turtle was not 50-50 since Jawhead was able to crowd control the Joy. But for the rest of the objectives, Carl Cheesy was only able to secure one objective when it's 50-50. Right? The rest of the objectives, Onic got. The third turtle, Onic got, and then this Lord, Onic got with a 50-50. But two players died, so it was pretty much, the first Lord does not even matter, right? For this one, I wish Sanji could have stayed there, or the whole team could have stayed there for a little bit longer, because for sure someone's gonna defend this. For sure someone's gonna defend this lane, and they probably could have gotten like at least one pick off. Maybe with a little more patience would have been really good for Tlph. Because as soon as they teleported, they went out of the bush without knowing if anybody's there, so I wish they could have stayed. But anyways, you could see Onic got the Lord, but it's still Tlph, like, they're the one punishing. They're the one getting the tower, right? Which is quite crucial. So that's the thing about Lord takes is, even if you get the first Lord, but then there's like 2 people dead, and then the Lord spawns right away, it kind of makes it useless. And then you end up losing the trade. They get the 2 towers for 1 tower trade right here. Okay. It's still top tier ML from both teams though. Nice poke from Joy right there, poking down the Suyu. Oh, I thought Carl was gonna get knocked up there. Nice try from Kirk. Almost got crowd control chained by Edith and Jawhead. Yeah, that was a really nice try. Let's see. I kind of want to from Tlph. I kind of want to see more poking from Louis and Granger. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing more farming rather than poke. I want to see a little bit more of it. Oh, there's the Granger Blade of Despair, and then we have Carl with the Wishing Lantern. That's a power spike right there. So his ulti's gonna hurt now. Let's see. The next turtle is gonna be up in 30 seconds. But yeah, let's see how they set up for this. Let's see if they're gonna set up the long lane. If Loyu's gonna make some insane miracle TP. The game is still gonna be 50-50 so far. As you can see, the gold lead is not even that much. It's only 1k, which it's not a lot of difference right there. Looking at the items, okay, pretty normal, nothing new. Crit build, Dominance Eyes, okay, nothing new. Thunderbelt, oof. Thunderbelt Gatot? I don't know if that's a good I don't know if that's a good item for Gatot. I don't think it stacks that fast compared to Badang and the other heroes. And plus he's a roamer, Gatot, so he doesn't get Thunderbelt as fast. It takes a really long time for you to get Thunderbelt on a roamer. I don't know if that's a good idea. But then again, let's see. Okay, Onic wants to go for an engage right here. Very nice. That's the thing about JP, right? You see how he stopped the engagement right there? And he doesn't even care if he's the one that's dying. He just wants to make sure that his teammates are alive. And that's what a lot of viewers don't appreciate about JP. Like, he gets his job done, right? And this is where we see the problem that I was talking about in terms of draft, right? Yes, you get the early game with the Jawhead Suyu, but you look at the late game, Granger is so hard to kill here. How are you gonna kill Granger that's just in the backline shooting you with this team composition? Unless Irithel ends up going for like a backline sprint ulti. That's the only way I see Granger dying here, is if Irithel can get into the backline and then kind of dive the Granger. And that's the reason why Irithel, a lot of teams pick Irithel on the Granger, right? Because Granger struggles against dive compositions. Okay. And who are the dive compositions? Okay, I'll just give you some example heroes. Lucas is one dive. Irithel is another dive. Yuzhong could be a dive, but Yuzhong is not really meta right now, right? So that's why not a lot of teams pick Yuzhong. But in this case, Team Liquid got the Lord quite easily because of the double kill from Granger. He got a little bit of stack from the Sky Piercer right there. They're going to use this Lord. This is an enhanced Lord, so they should be able to get it to punch the tower. A lot of poking from Granger. Nobody's going to be able to kill this Granger, and this is the problem that they're going to have in the later stage of the game. Revitalize. And JP knows his job. Like, he's not making any flashy plays. He's just doing his job, giving vision, holding the Lord, holding the turtle for Carl TZ, protecting if they do a concealed play from Jawhead earlier. You could see, like, he was not scared of dying. He's willing to give his life for his teammates, which is very underappreciated, and that's why he keeps being blamed. Oh, why is JP there? Why does he keep dying? Why is he like this? Why is he like that? But yeah, not a lot of people notice his efforts, and I'll be one of those people where I actually appreciate his efforts. Yes, he's not as explosive as a Yahweh, but he has his own play style, so you cannot bash him for that. He has his own playstyle. It's not a Yahweh playstyle, which a lot of people likes watching. Obviously, it's more entertaining. Explosiveness. But let's see. It looks like Sanji wants to make a play here. Let's see if they're where they're gonna TP. They're all going around, and this is like Selena would have been really good here, right? If they have like traps around the bushes, it would have been really hard for them to TP. Oh my god. Okay, that's GG. Yeah. Even if you had a Selena there, there's no way you counter that outside the map. You cannot put traps out. Well, you could put traps outside the map, but who would do that? You must be insane. That one play just gave the game. But still, I think in terms of draft, I think Onic still could have drafted better. Yes, it's their comfort pick. They definitely drafted better than the way they drafted versus Aurora and Falcons, since they were able to secure the comfort picks that they got. But what I noticed from TLPH is they're very like job heavy. Trabaho lang, yeah, if you could say it in Tagalog, right? They know when to back off. They know when to engage. They know who to poke. Like, it's nothing flashy. It's not the Echo Express that people kind of liked before. This is more of like, I'm seeing a more fundamentally sound Echo. You could say, yeah, more fundamentally sound Echo, more textbook Echo. Considering that it's Oheb and JP now, right? It's not Yahweh Benny anymore. The explosiveness is not there, but the job being done is there. The protecting from JP, the zoning, the vision. So yeah, that's why TLPH. I think what Onic could have done, they definitely could have still won with the draft, but I guess they did not snowball that well. If they got the first turtle, it would have been big. It would have been huge if they had the first turtle, but they were only able to secure the second turtle, third turtle, and the Lord. And then after that, it was just all TLPH poking. The Ranger was poking down the Jawhead, getting kills, and nobody was able to catch him. So, same with the Lowy. Nobody was able to dive and put pressure into the Lowy. So one thing that Onic also could improve on is maybe a little bit more variety in terms of draft. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's Kurt's signature hero with the Edith. I get it. I understand. That's why they're picking Edith. But yeah, again, like I've said before, there is no perfect team. So if they want to be, the best team, then they should have more variety on their heroes. So it's their coach has an easier time drafting, you could say. So they don't struggle in the drafting phase. But it was still a winner. It's no excuses. It was still a winnable draft. They just could not execute it towards the end. And it was one miracle play from Loyi. So, anyways, yeah, let me know in the comment section below what TLPH did really well or what they still could do improve on. And same with Onic. Comment down below what they need to improve on, what they could have changed so that they could actually win the series. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video.